Today's video, we are going to be going through and looking at every single live series card in MLB The Show 22 Diamond Dynasty. Just remember, this is the tech test, so what you see now could be completely different when the game officially drops on April 5th, or if you do the pre-order bonus and get it 4 days earlier, April 1st. Also, before we get into the video, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be posting daily MLB The Show news, tips, and leaks throughout the course of the year. If there's ever anything you want to know about MLB The Show 22 Diamond Dynasty, this is Channel B, so hit that subscribe button. Hopping right into it, we got the Baltimore Orioles, who I think are finally going to take that step forward. They got some big time players in their farm system that are close to big league ready, but for right now, their only diamond they have is Cedric Mullins, who had a breakout campaign last year and is an absolute stud. He cemented himself in their future. And then second best player is Austin Hayes, and then Ryan Mountcastle, who had like 38 home runs last year, so he's no slouch at the plate. This dude can freaking mash. John Means being their best pitcher at 79, but I think Grayson Rodriguez in a year or two will slowly take that spot. And then Trey Mancini's only a 77 overall. After that, they really don't have anybody at the major league level. They don't have Grayson Rodriguez or Adley Rutschman on their 40-man yet, so they'll be added to the game at some point this year. Moving on to a little bit better of a team, the Boston Red Sox. Chris Sale stays a diamond even though he missed a majority of last year in 86. Rafael Devers is an 86 overall. Take a look at his stats though. This is a day one card with 110 power versus right-handed pitching. That's insane. This is day one, 86 overall, and he's got 110 power versus righties. Xander Bogaerts once again gets no love, one of the best hitting shortstops in all of baseball, and he's still only an 83 gold. I forgot they acquired Jackie Bradley Jr. for Hunter Renfroe. He's a 69 overall, rightfully so. He was terrible. But their top players are Chris Sale, Rafael Devers, Xander Bogaerts, Nathan Eovaldi 81, JD Martinez 81, Matt Barnes 80, Alex Verdugo 80, and then they got a lot of silver cards down towards the bottom. James Paxton still 78, even though he hasn't been effective in a couple years. Garrett Whitlock only a 77. He had a good year last year. I have a feeling the Yankees are going to have a lot of really high-end cards. Garrett Cole, obviously one of them. He's a top 5 starting pitcher, 90 overall. He's got 88 stamina, 84 hits per 9, 81 Ks per 9, 80 walks per 9, 99 pitching clutch, and 99 velo, man. It's gonna take a little bit to get used to playing MLB The Show 21 and just seeing maxed out everything to go into a day one game and seeing stats very similar to that. And he doesn't have outlier on him. Hopefully they kind of held back on a lot of pitchers with outlier. Aaron Judge is an 89 overall with 108 power versus lefties. Giancarlo staying 86. He's got 97 versus righties and 92 power versus lefties. Chapman is a gold after a down season, but he's still got 103 hits per 9 and 105 Ks per 9 with 99 velo, which is nasty for a day one card. And if there's anybody that has outlier, it'd be him. And he doesn't have outlier, so they definitely had to kind of hold back on that a little bit more, because it seemed last year every pitcher was getting outliers, so hopefully they held back on that a little bit more. Joey Gallo, he's always a favorite day one just because he has so much power, even though he's got literally no contact, no vision. You touch the ball, it freaking flies. 37 and 43 contact with 22 vision, but he's got 97 power and 103 power versus lefties. Chad Green's a goal. DJ LeMahieu all the way down to an 80 overall. He used to be so damn good too. Severino, hopefully he has a full healthy season, kind of bounces back a little bit. Urshela's a silver. Luke Voigt is a 77 overall. Dude, this could be a budget beast if he's cheap enough. 83 power versus righties and 90 powers versus lefties. It's a lot of power for a silver card. Gary Sanchez is all the way down to a 74 overall, but this is another budget beast with 89 power versus righties and 94 versus lefties. And you know he's not going to be expensive, maybe 400 stubs, but he's also terrible at fielding. 55 fielding, man. Zach Brenton's a 72 overall and Gleyber Torres is a 72 overall. So they had a lot of really good players take some hits, but this Zach Brenton at a 72 has 93 hits per 9 and 87 home runs per 9. It's not a bad card for a bronze. The Rays won't have a lot, but they're always really good. Nick Anderson does stay a diamond. I thought he was actually going to take a step back to gold. Glasnow's an 85. Brandon Lau is an 82 overall with some high-end power. Seems like they're juicing a power day one. Randy Arozarena, Wander Franco. Oh, we're gonna move my face cam over to the left side so you guys can see the stats in the right hand corner. But what's Wander look like? Wander's got very high contact versus lefties. Not much of anything else though. Mike Zunino's just like Joey Gallo, just insane power, but virtually no contact and no vision. But he's got good fielding, so I like him better than Gary Sanchez. Shane McClanahan actually looks pretty good, and he's a card that I could definitely see him gain a lot of upgrades throughout the year. He was really good last year as a rookie, so give him some time, and I think he could be really good. Same with Shane Baz. Dude, the Rays fleeced the Pirates on that trade. They got Shane Baz, Austin Meadows, and Tyler Glasnow for Chris Archer. Blue Jays are going to be a powerhouse this year too. Vladdy G Jr. is the second highest overall player behind Mike Trout at 94 overall, 105 power, 92 power left. Great contact, just an all-around beast hitting. Teoscar Hernandez is going to kill left-handed pitching. Kevin Gausman, who they signed before the CBA ended, looks decent, but he's an 86 overall diamond. Bo Bichette is an 85 overall diamond. Very well-rounded player. George Springer is a gold, but still looks pretty good. I have a lot of golds though. Alex Mana, Lourdes Gurriel, Jose Barrios, and then Jesus Reyes. His stats are similar to what a golds would look like. Liam Hendricks, I believe, is the highest rated relief pitcher in the game at a 91 overall, 100 hits per nine, 96 K per nine with 99 velo. Does he have outlier? I doubt it. He does not have outlier either. Luis Robert is a 90 overall, 105 and 110 contact. Oh my god, 88 speed, 91 fielding, solid enough power for a day one card. Dude, they juiced some of these stats up. Yaz with 102 and 100 power, and if his swing's anything like last year, his swing's a glitch. That card's gonna be gross. Craig Kimbrell does stay a diamond. He's got a fastball, knuckle curve, two-seam fastball. Craig Kimbrell cards are always so bad because he essentially has two pitches, even though his stats are good. Jose Abreu stays at an 84 overall, one of the most underrated players in baseball. Lance Lynn is still a gold, even though he's been a Cy Young contender the last 3 years. Tim Anderson, 81 overall. What's his contact? His contact's pretty high. Lucas Giolito is an 80. Kendall Graveman, who they signed. So they got Kendall Graveman, Craig Kimbrell, and Liam Hendricks on the back end of their bullpen. It's a 7-inning game when you play the White Sox. And they got Michael Kopech probably in their bullpen too. So you can't let them get to that bullpen. You got to hit the starters ASAP. Otherwise, it's GG's. Garrett Crochet is a 73 overall. He was a glitch last year, and he just became even more of a BR glitch, only being a bronze player with 86 hits per nine, nasty slider. His fastball gets up there, 97 miles per hour, but it doesn't have outlier, which I believe it did last year. Now Moncada's a 73 overall with like no hitting stats. Aaron Bummer could be a really good budget beast or BR card with that 99 break, 99 velo, 86 home runs per nine, and 82 hits per nine. That's a really good pitcher coming out of the bullpen. The now Cleveland Guardians, Jose Ramirez, obviously one of the best players in baseball. He's an 88 overall card, looks good. Shane Beebe stays a diamond at an 85 overall. James Karnick is an 80 overall, but 104 hits per nine, 100 Ks per nine. What's his pitches? Fastball curve, so he's very similar to Kimbrell, man. I don't like that, and no outlier. Mino Clase has to have outlier, right? He throws a 100-mile-per-hour curve or a cutter. Emmanuel Clase does have outlier, so we finally found one pitcher out of all the people that throw gas. We found one that does have outlier, and it's Emmanuel Clase, cutter, slider, fastball. Tigers' best player is their new big acquisition with shortstop Javier Baez, only being an 83 overall, but still his stats look pretty good. He's a good fielder, has decent enough speed, good hitting stats, and I like his swing. Next is Jonathan Scope, who if he has a year like last year, we could see him go gold. Same with like Casey Mize. He's still such a young player, was a top 5 prospect once, but the Tigers are another team like the Orioles that their farm system is loaded, and we could see a lot of those players come up this year with Spencer Torkelson and Riley Green coming up. And actually, Spencer Torkelson is in the game as a 72 overall bronze, and he hasn't stepped foot on the baseball field yet. Another possible BR goon could be this Gregory Soto, sinker, slider, four-seam fastball, 99 velo. I like the pitch mix, and he does have outliers. So we found another pitcher with outlier, and it's a 67 overall bronze defense card. Talk about a BR god right here. Salvy just had one of the best power surges we've ever seen by a catcher, and he has 125 power versus lefties to reward it for. A day one card with maxed out power versus lefties. At the very least, this is a god tier bench card. He even has 89 power versus right-handed pitching. Fielding, he's not as good of a fielder as he once was, but still good enough. Salvador Perez looks really good. Whit Merrifield is next. He's got 99 stealing. That's a big takeaway for him. Nicky Lopez, good fielding, good vision, not much else. And other than that, Roberto Modesty used to be a really good budget beast, but now I just don't see it. His contact, his power, everything's just way too low, even though he does have a good swing. He used to have like 95 speed. Now it's down to 88. So I don't see him being as good in BR and things like that as he once was. Byron Buxton is the only diamond representative for the Twins, but he's a damn good one. His power is in the 70 range, same with his contact. 99 fielding, 91 arm, 99 reaction, 98 speed, and 79 stealing. So he does everything really, really well. His hitting could be a little bit better, but 99 fielding, he's going to track everything, especially with that reaction time being maxed out. He's basically maxed out on speed, so this card's going to be really good. Jorge Polanco, he's a switch hitter who has a really nice swing too. He could be solid, especially the hitting stats aren't that bad. Taylor Rogers, left-handed pitcher out of the bullpen. Josh Donaldson has 96 power versus left-handed pitching, so another good card at the very least to come off the bench day one. Mitch Garver looks okay, but I feel like with some of the other cards are mentioned, he definitely falls way behind on the live series catching depth chart, especially on the AL side of things, especially when somebody like Gary Sanchez, who has much more power, even though he's a way worse defender, would probably be better, more a budget beast than Mitch Garver would be. Kyle Tucker had a great year, but I was not expecting him to be the highest rated diamond on the Houston Astros. 92 contact right, 69 contact left, 87 power, 88 power versus lefties, 81 fielding. He does everything really, really well. Jose Altuve is number 2 at an 88. He's got 95 power versus righties. Verlander stays a diamond even though he hasn't pitched in basically 2 years. Same with Ryan Presley. I'm more surprised Yordan Alvarez isn't a diamond, and I'm telling you right now, his gold card's been almost exactly like this the past 2 years, and it's amazing. 90 power versus lefties, 92 power versus righties, and he's got good contact. Plug him in at right field or something like that. Just try to hide him as best you can. But the bat, it's legit, especially day one. He's always my day one guy. But I still think he should be a diamond. Same with Alex Bregman. Alex Bregman all the way down to an 82 overall, even though his stats are not bad at all. 76 power, 68 power, 90 contact versus lefties. Michael Brantley, 105 contact versus right-handed pitching with 94 vision. That PCI is going to be huge. The Angels is going to far and away be the hardest live series collection to do when the game drops, because you got Mike Trout, who goes for 400,000 stubs for the first like 8 months of the year, and his card's just as good as it's ever been. He's still the best live series diamond in the entire game. He's got 91 contact right, 85 contact left, 117 power right, and 83 power left. Good enough fielding, still very solid speed. And now you add Shohei Ohtani to the mix. It used to just be Mike Trout was the only diamond, and then you add somebody like Anthony Rendon or somebody else, a low diamond that's pretty easy to get. No, you got Mike Trout, 95 overall, gonna be expensive as hell. Now you add Shohei Ohtani, 93 overall diamond, who's gonna be expensive as hell as well. And their collection reward is never that good. It was Frank Tana last year, he wasn't anything special. Year before that, I think it was like Troy Percival or somebody random. The fact is, their collection is never worth it because it's gonna cost like 700,000 stubs to do this one, and the reward probably will not be that good. So the AL reward needs to be kick-ass. Rafael Iglesias is a diamond at an 85 overall. I'm guessing he doesn't have outlier. No, he doesn't. He's got a fastball, slider, changeup. He doesn't have the sinker, man. what the hell. Jared Walsh, 82. Rendon, they screwed him after one bad season. MVP caliber player the previous 5 seasons. Now he's down to an 82 overall. Nolan Syndergaard is an 80 overall. We'll see how he bounces back. Doesn't have outlier, but he does have sinker, fastball, changeup, slider, curve. So very good pitch mix. I forgot they also signed Aaron Loup before the lockout, and he has a sinker, cutter, circle change, and slurve. So very good left-handed bullpen pitcher right there. So in previous years, the AL West, it used to be the Astros and the Angels were crazy expensive, and then the rest of the division wasn't too bad. Except now the West, you have a 93 Ohtani on the Angels, making that collection more expensive. And then 2 of the 3 teams that were usually pretty cheap added some diamond players to their team. But the A's, they haven't done much in the offseason. It's the frickin' A's. They have Matt Olson as their only diamond right here. Obviously, he has big time power, 87 versus righties and 97 versus lefties. He actually has reverse splits. Matt Chapman is their second best player, and his hitting is really not that good, but obviously he's a beast at fielding. Chris Bassett, Sean Manaea, James Caprillion, Seth Brown, Sean Murphy, Frankie Montas. The A's do not look good on paper, so obviously they don't really have a lot of good cards. But the Mariners are one of those teams that made a big splash in the offseason already. Robbie Ray is signed to be their ace for their ascent into a playoff caliber team. He's an 88 overall card. He's got a fastball, slider, knuckle curve, changeup, 2-seam fastball, so decent pitch repertoire. Stats don't look anything crazy, but still solid card nonetheless. Diego Castillo usually is pretty solid. Slider, sinker, 4-seam fastball. Nothing crazy on him, but he's their second best player. What's Mitch Haniger have? 85 power versus lefties, 77 versus righties, and they acquired Adam Frazier in the offseason. I completely forgot about that. Kyle Lewis, I always liked his swing, so I wouldn't be surprised if this card actually plays much better than his stats anticipate. And then this is a team where this next year, they're going to have a lot of guys come up from their minor league system or take big steps forward, like a Justin Dunn or a Jared Kelenic, wherever he is, maybe or Taylor Trammell. Jared Kelenic is a 65 overall, but even though he's a 65 overall, he's got 81 power versus righties. Terrible at everything else, but he's a guy that I could see taking a big step forward. He was a top 5 prospect for a reason. He just struggled in his first taste of professional baseball. And then the Rangers have spent a shit ton of money already in the offseason by signing Marcus Semien to be their second baseman or shortstop, and then Corey Seager to be their counterpart, second baseman or shortstop, whatever one they prefer them to play. More so surprised that Corey Seager's only an 82 overall. And on top of that, let's talk about the Photoshop job they did to get him in a Rangers uniform. Because obviously, he hasn't been in a game with a Rangers uniform on spring training or professional game. So very surprised at how lowly rated this card is, but he still looks really good. Corey Seager has a very nice swing, 83 and 82 contact, 72, 74 power. So the hitting stats are really good. Fielding, not so much. And Marcus Semien, he looks about just as good with just a tad bit more power and less contact. So both cards really, really good. But other than that, they got Adolis Garcia, decent power, nothing crazy. This team does not have a lot. They still need to go out. They're rumored to be in on some pitching, so maybe they'll bring in a Kershaw, which could be another diamond, or somebody along those lines. But other than Marcus Semien and Corey Seager, this team really doesn't have much going for them right now. So we move on to the NL with the World Series champion Atlanta Braves, and they did all this without their best player, which is Ronald Acuna, and he has a 93 overall. He's one of the best cards in all of time in Dynasty. 71 contact versus righties, 86 versus lefties, 97 power versus righties, 105 power versus lefties, 74 fielding, 95 arm with 90 speed. He's a 5-tool player. He does everything. And in terms of all-around cards, he's probably the second best player in the game besides Mike Trout. That's just because he's going to hit for average power. He has the speed. He's got a good enough arm. Fielding's good enough. I like it. And then they finally gave Ozzy Albies the respect he deserves and starts him out as a diamond. I feel like he always hits right around that 84 overall, and then it takes forever him to get to that boost up to diamond. This year, he's going to start at an 85 overall. And I didn't realize they signed Kirby Yates. Oh, he's an 85 overall on the Braves this year. Charlie Morton's an 83. And then Adam Duvall has 92 power versus righty. So not bad for a gold card. Max Fried is an 80. And so is Austin Riley. So these two very surprised because I thought they both be right around that diamond range with the season they have. And then Austin Riley's hitting stats, he looks very good all around. And Max Fried's been amazing the past 2 years, so very confused why these two are barely even gold players. Kind of forget that Marcell Ozuna should be back this year at some point. He'll probably get suspended, and he's a 74 overall to start. Marlins have made one big signing so far, again, Avisail Garcia taken away from the Brewers. He is their best rated player and 83 overall. This collection shouldn't be too expensive come opening day. Sandy Alcantara's an 80, and then the rest are going to be silvers with Aguilar, Lopez, Rogers, Stallings, Bender, Chisholm's that card art's so fucking sick though. Miguel Rojas. They have a lot of silver cards. Like a lot of silver cards. Sixto Sanchez being a 74 overall. But this is a team where I would probably get this collection done as soon as possible because it's going to be cheap to start out the year. But guys like Santi Alcantara, Pablo Lopez, Trevor Rogers, Jazz Chisholm, they're all guys that I could see gain a bunch of upgrades throughout the year just because they have a lot of potential. They've been really good. So I don't think it'll take long for some of them to get upgrades. So it might be better just to get this set done while everything's kind of cheap and they don't have anything crazy going on. The Mets have been the most active in the offseason. They have the best pitcher in baseball with Jacob deGrom at 93 overall, and his stats just kind of showcase that off. And the card art looks sick too, but 98 hits per 9, 86 Ks per 9, 82 walks per 9. He also has 99 velo, 78 break, fastball, slider, changeup, curveball, fastball. Card looks legit, and then you go out and sign another top 5 pitcher in Max Scherzer, who has 97 hits per 9, 82 Ks per 9, 81 walks per 9, 69 home runs per 9, 86 stamina. The card looks really good too, and he has a fastball, slider, changeup, curveball, cutter. So they have 2 of the top 5 starters in the game, and they also signed Starling Marte, who has 99 contact versus righties and 99 stealing with really good fielding. This collection's probably going to be expensive because even their golds are really good. Pete Alonso has 90 power versus righties, 112 versus lefties. Francisco Lindor was one of the best players in all of baseball a few seasons ago. He's got 95 fielding, 99 reaction. He's going to be great up the middle. Eduardo Escobar has really good hitting stats. Edwin Diaz has 99 velo, 89 hits per 9, 87 Ks per 9. And then Brandon Nimmo never gets any love. This dude can fucking ball if he's healthy. But the Mets, man, they've made some moves, and from what I've seen so far, they could be active when the CBA deals get signed. Phillies have the MVP though, and Bryce Harper, 89 overall. Love the freaking picture they used for him. Card art looks absolutely sick. Zach Wheeler came in second in NL Cy Young voting, right behind Corbin Burns. JT Realmuto, in my opinion, is the second best catcher in all of baseball. Aaron Nola is an 82. Gene Segura is an 81. He starts out as a gold this year. Then Ranger Suarez, 79 overall. Their big acquisition so far, they need to shore up the bullpen. They signed Corey Knebel. He's a 79 overall silver card with a fastball and curveball combo. I really like some of the images they use for the card art, dude. This DD looks really cool. I like the Zach Eflin. I don't know why, it just kind of stands out a little bit more. Kyle Gibson, like the card art looks really cool, but when the game starts, where the fans are, I think it's going to be like that blue diamond border. Nationals are not going to have a good year. Their best player, they have a top 5 player in all of baseball though in Juan Soto, and he is mightily disrespected with an 88 overall. How is he not like a 92 at the bare minimum? I don't get that. 88 is just insane. He's got 96 contact rate, 79 versus lefties, 88 power versus righties, 82 power versus lefties, and his swing is super glitchy. I love Juan Soto cards. I think this card, even though his numbers aren't where they should be, I still think he'll be an amazing card. Steven Strasburg can never stay healthy. He's good when he is, but he never can. He does have a slurve as his primary pitch. Fastball, sinker, changeup. This card could be decent. So we're on to the NL Central. William Contreras is the best player on the Cubs. This will be a very easy collection to complete if they don't sign Carlos Correa or any of those guys, which who knows. Well, he's a 79 overall. Nico Horner, 79 overall. Yan Gomes, 78 for Frank Schwindel. Marcus Stroman, I'm more so surprised that he's only a 77 overall with how good he was last year. I thought for sure he'd be a goal. So we're going to move past all the shitty teams. Joey Votto is the best player on the Reds, 81 overall. And this team could be a lot different. I know they want to cut salary and they have no diamonds. Jesse Winker is an 81 overall. but he's got 100 contact versus righties and 85 power versus righties. So as long as you're putting him in just versus right-handed pitching, he'll be like Babe Ruth. But if you put him in versus lefties, he's Orlando Arcia. I think that's a pretty good comparison of how Jesse Winker hits. Sonny Gray didn't even make gold, not even close, 77 overall, but he's got 99 break. Eugenio Suarez took a big step back after his terrible year. Very low contact, low vision, but he does have the 91 power versus righties and 86 versus lefties. Moose also looks like a good silver card with 82 power versus righties. Tyler Stevenson's a guy that I could see having a huge breakout year considering he should be catching a majority of the games. And then Luis Castillo just has to get the hell out of there, man. This guy's good when he freaking is on. Jonathan India won Rookie of the Year last year and is a 76 overall to start. I think the NL Central is going to be a two-team race between the Brewers and the Cardinals. Brewers, they have all diamond pitching. Josh Hader, 89 overall. He's the second best rated reliever, I believe, right behind Liam Hendricks. Brandon Woodruff is an 89 overall, and I'm just flabbergasted by this. How is Brandon Woodruff a higher overall than Corbin Burns? Like, if they were the same overall, whatever. But Corbin Burns only being an 88 overall? I mean, the Burns stats they put on him look really good. 93 hits per nine, 95 velo, 93 break. What's his pitches? Fastball, curveball, changeup, slider, decent pitch repertoire. And then Burnsy, I feel like he's more well-rounded. 99 velocity. He's got a cutter, sinker, curveball, circle change, slider. Does he have outlier? Corbin Burns has outlier, thank the Lord. Freddie Peralta is an 87 overall. I'm really surprised that he's diamond, but he's got 108 hits per nine. Rightfully so, dude. He was straight up untouchable last year. I think DeGrom was the only pitcher with a lower opponent batting average. He's got a fastball, slider, curveball, changeup mix. They traded Jackie Bradley Jr. and got Hunter Renfroe, so a bigger bat in the lineup. 86 power versus righties, 94 power versus lefties, and he's already our best hitter. So that shows how bad our hitting was last year. Devin Williams only being an 81 overall gold is very surprising, but if you used him at all last year, he's got the same pitch repertoire. This card's really good. 98 hits per nine, 100 Ks per nine. He's got a changeup, fastball, cutter, and a screwball. If you've ever seen Devin Williams pitch in real life, he's almost always just fastball and changeup. So the cutter and screwball are just kind of weird to me. 99 break on his pitches too, and he's got 99 break on the changeup and the screwball. What the fuck is this? Like, really, what the fuck? Is 74, I know he's been bad, but a 74 overall? 65 contact righty, 35 contact lefty, 65 power righty, and 52 power lefty. Oh my god, this is horrible. You're telling me that Rowdy Tellez is better than Christian Yelich? I just don't get it, bro. Moving on to the Pirates, not much to talk about. They have one good player. It's Brian Reynolds. He should be a diamond. He also should demand a trade. Get the hell out of that franchise. Brian Hayes, 77 overall. He could have a bounce back year. He's got 98 fielding, so very good defensively over there at third base. Roberto Perez went 90 fielding. Damn, they got a lot of really good defenders on their team. And O'Neal Cruz hasn't even played really much in professional baseball and is already one of their better rated players. This guy could be really good, and he's a 6'7" shortstop. This guy's huge, and he has insane power. Cardinals are really the only other threat in the NL Central. They have Nolan Arenado because I fucking hate the Rockies. He kills left-handed pitching, 86 contact versus lefties, 98 power. He also has 94 fielding and 99 reaction. He just gets everything, and I like his swing. Nolan Arenado cards are good. Same with Goldschmidt. He kills lefties, 107 contact versus lefties with 86 power over there at first base. And then you had breakout star Tyler O'Neill, who really hits everybody. 71 contact righties, 86 contact left, 86 power right, 88 power left, 96 speed with 89 fielding. This card is an all-around goon. Yadier Molina should not be a gold. There is zero chance Yadier Molina is a fucking gold right now in this career. Dylan Carlson might be a good card to invest in when the game starts because he could have a really good sophomore season and get up to a gold pretty quickly. Our final division is the NL West, led by Ketel Marte of the Diamondbacks. He's got 125 contact versus lefties and 94 power versus righties. He's not that good versus right-handed pitching, virtually has no power versus them, but if he faces a lefty, god damn, he's mashing it. He is a switch hitter with a very good swing, and he can play just about everywhere. Other than that, their major league team's very weak. Zach Allen, Mad Bum is 76. Dalton Varsho is a 76 overall. Carson Kelly, a 76 overall. Nick Ahmed, 75. David Peralta, still 75. Josh Rojas, and then we just get to some bronze. All right, man. They don't have a lot going for them. I used to love this JB Wendelbeck for a BR pitcher in the bullpen. He used to be pretty good. Now, this disgrace of a fucking franchise. You gave Nolan Aronado for nothing and gave the team $50 million just to take him. Best player is CJ Cron. He is a freaking beast. He mashes versus everybody. Ryan McClanahan, 78 overall. Very good fielding, good reaction time. When do you play? First, second, third. He plays a little bit all over. Charlie Blackmon, still 78 overall. Herman Marquez, 78 overall. Elias Diaz, 77. Raimel Tapia. Dude, this team is just so bad. I feel like they only gave some of these players, especially Sam Hilliard, Garrett Hampton, Jonathan Diaz, Tampia Diaz. These guys down, I feel like they only gave them silvers because they're like, shit, we can't just give them 3-4 silver cards and be like, okay. But no, this collection's going to go for maybe 3,000 stubs, so hopefully they have a dope reward. A Troy Tulowitzki, perhaps, like an 89 overall Tulo. It ain't going to happen, but we can hope. You go from a very cheap collection to the freaking Dodgers, who have Trey Turner, 91 overall with 125 contact versus lefties, 99 speed. And he just always hits. This card's going to be one of the best in the game. Mookie Betts is an 88 overall. It's Mookie Betts. He's good at everything. Very well-rounded. Walker Buehler, 86. Will Smith, an 86 overall with 90 contact versus righties and 93 versus righties. If you can just platoon him with Salvador Perez when the game drops, you are going to be golden. Salvi, who has 125 power versus lefties, and Will Smith, who has 93 power versus righties. Oh, you're set. Max Muncy is an 86 overall, rocking the all-Dodger blues, 97 power versus righties, 96 power versus lefties, and he has 81 fielding. You would not think he'd be that good at defense. Trevor Bauer got reinstated, and he's only an 83 overall, which is shocking. I thought they'd still give him a diamond, but he'll probably get there at some point next year. Same with Julio Urias, 82 overall. AJ Pollock, 81. Cody Bellinger is an 80 overall. I think his defense saves him a lot there. Blake Treinen's an 80 overall as well. Justin Turner's an 80 overall. They just have so many good players on their team, man. Padres are up next. Fernando Titties, 78 contact righties, 88 versus lefties, 112 power versus right, 97 versus left. Fielding is terrible, especially for shortstop, but he's got 99 arm, 90 fielding. But he can play short, second, third, left, center, right. You have a lot of options with him, and he is one of the best hitters in the game. So Fernando Titties, he's going to be great. Manny Machado, 87 overall. He's the opposite. He plays really good defense, and he can hit, but he's slow as hell. So they did give Jake Cronenworth a diamond. He doesn't do anything elite, but he does everything pretty decent. Same with Joe Musgrove. Surprised they gave him an 85 overall, 99 break on his pitches. Yu Darvish is down to an 83 overall. Mike Clevenger should be back this year to add to that rotation. He'll be an 81 overall. Trent Grisham is a 79 overall. Blake Snell is a 79 overall. Pomeranz, 78. Austin Nola, 77. Emilio Pagan, 77. Oh, man, dude. The Giants had the best record in baseball last year, and their team, at least on paper and at least ratings-wise, looks terrible. Logan Webb's their best player, 80 overall. He's got 99 breaks, solid. Brandon Crawford is good defensively. Hitting stats don't look that great, even with the season he had last year. Brandon Belt's an 80 overall. Good power versus righties at 92. And then after that, their best cards is 78. They have 3 golds and then a bunch of just lower cards. This Camilo Duvall, though, he could be really good. He throws gas, he has a slider, but he doesn't have outlier. Damn it, bro. But this team looks very, very, very weak on paper, and they won the most games in the league last year and took the Dodgers to Game 7. But obviously, with the current CBA negotiations going on, there are so many free agents that we have a ton of players who are still not on teams yet. Freddie Freeman's an 88 overall. Rendon's an 87 overall. Kershaw, 86. Jansen, 85. Correa is only an 84. I have no idea how he is not a diamond, especially with the defensive season he had. He was elite, should be higher than an 80 overall for fielding, and then he hits. Like, how is he only an 84 overall? Trevor Story is an 83 overall, Castellanos 82, KB is an 80, Schwarbo is an 80, Greinke 79, Nelson Cruz 79. What's Nelson Cruz? 94 contact lefty, 92 power righty, 99 power lefty, dude. If they add a DH into this game, this guard's going to be amazing. If they don't, his 37 fielding is going to kill you, so he is only limited to a bench bat. Rizzo is a 79 overall. Eddie Rosario, the reason the Braves won the World Series, is a 78 overall. Jorge Soler is a 76 overall. Conforto is too. So many of these guys could be signed whenever the CBA gets negotiated. And in case you just want to see in order the best cards in the game live series wise, obviously we got Trout, Vladdy, Acuna, Shohei, DeGrom, Fernando Titties, Liam Hendricks, Trey Turner, Max Scherzer, Garrett Cole, Luis Robert. Like, you're telling me Juan Soto isn't as good as Luis Robert? I don't get that, man. Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Kyle Tucker, Josh Hader. Juan Soto didn't even make the first page. Yasmani Grandal, Woody, Freeman, Betts, Ramirez, Arenado, Ray, Burns, Altuve, Soto. Soto makes it all the way over here, bro. Why? Just why? I don't fucking get that. But there it goes, boys. That is every live series card in the MLB The Show 22 tech test. Obviously, this can all change when the game officially drops in about a month and a half. But I don't see too many things changing in terms of stats-wise on a lot of these players. And it won't be everybody. It'll just be a few here and there. So what you see is probably roughly around what we'll see in terms of live series card come launch night. Let me know what your favorite card that you saw. What are you most shocked about in terms of ratings? What's a day one card that you're going to do everything in your power to get? Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you made it this far in the video, and let me know any other videos you want to see while the tech test is out. This is still out till the 23rd, so we got a couple days on it yet. Just let me know in the comment section what videos you want to see, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.